Over the years, Swami Tapovanam's spiritual reputation and literary fame had spread far and wide throughout the Himalayan region. His legendary writings included books such as Ishwar Darshan, Himagiri Vihar, and Kailas Yatra. His poetic compositions such as Sri Saumyakashisha Stotram, Sri Badrisha Stotram, and Sri Ganga Stotram were literary gems. These masterpieces emerged from a rare combination of literary excellence and, more importantly, the highest experience of constant abidance in the self. This literary fame, along with Swamiji's already formidable spiritual reputation, brought more and more devotees to him. They included an eclectic mix of great pundits and scholars, Mahatmas, several Maharajas, wealthy businessmen, and hungry students thirsting for the nectar that flowed from his lips when he taught the scriptures. But Swamiji ensured that none of this affected his austere lifestyle. He continued to possess almost nothing, ate the most Spartan food, and spent practically all his time in meditation, reading, teaching, and yes, the long pilgrimages on foot to spiritual centers throughout the Himalayan region. Despite his age and lack of proper nourishment, he took on the most arduous journeys to the most difficult to reach places, just to be one with nature. To describe or even understand how Swami Tapovan Maharaj led a life of such austerity, piousness, and endurance is not something that is possible within the confines of our limited minds. We have to rely on other spiritual giants for this. Swami Shivananda wrote an in-depth article about Swami Tapovanam. Here are some excerpts from it. He writes, "One day, when the great sage Narada visited Dwaraka, he found Lord Krishna absorbed in deep meditation. Narada marveled at the sight. It was beyond his comprehension as to why Lord Krishna would meditate, and on what would he meditate upon? For was not the Lord himself the supreme object of man's meditation?" Later on, when questioned by Narada, the Lord himself replied, "I was meditating upon the lotus feet of the saints and holy men." And thus, the Lord sought to give some idea of the greatness of Mahatmas. Sri Swami Tapovanji Maharaj of Uttarkashi is a lofty example of just this type of most blessed soul. He is a living embodiment of the ideal sannyasa, with all the supreme renunciation, the rare saintliness, the austerity, deep wisdom, divine dignity, and compassion that is implied by such an ideal. Unostentatiously, he would remain in his kutir, contemplating again on the truth, which he had already long meditated upon and realized. But silently and within himself, he would put each of the Hindu philosophical theories that he had learned so far to the test of actual realization. In the evening, he would pour out doses of the rarest spiritual nectar to a select band of aspirants who would listen to him spellbound, for every word that flowed from his lips had not only the supreme authority of the Vedas, but had also passed the test of his own realization. To him, the Himalayas are his native home. Seclusion amidst its towering peaks is his very life breath. Everywhere he turns, and in all things, he sees the one indivisible supreme essence alone. He dwells there, a sage of deep wisdom rooted in Brahman. Swami Tapovanji is a Brahmanyani. He is a veritable ocean of knowledge, an embodiment of Vedanta. Of countless sannyasi Mahatmas dwelling in those regions, Swami Tapovan Maharaj is the crest gem. Thanks to a highly rare video, we have the blessed fortune of seeing these two spiritual giants in action. The occasion is when Swami Tapovan Maharaj visits Swami Shivananda's ashram at Ananda Kutir. Let us take a look.
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Oham Shivoham
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham
Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham Shivoham Chidananda Rupa Shivoham
Rama 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 Rama
It was the year 1948. Swami Tapovanam's meticulous notes of his autobiography were coming to an end. He was now almost 60 years old. It seemed like he had accomplished all that there was to be done. He had reached the pinnacle of evolution. He had realized the truth and put his realization to test several times. He had merged with it. But there was yet one last thing to do. While the final few pages of Ishwar Darshan flowed from his pen, nearby in the Himalayas, a tall, slender aspirant was on a journey of his own. He was a bud looking to blossom into a flower. The divine cosmic law, acting in mathematical precision, would soon deliver the student who had the highest potential into Swamiji's lap. Swamiji would guide this student to the end and push him into the beyond.